Hey guys, how are you doing? Yesterday, Thursday, is Thanksgiving holiday, so the stock market of US is not open. And today, Friday, is Black Friday, and it will open for half day and then take a rest for the in the afternoon. And then coming Monday is the Cyber Monday. There is no holiday. So maybe later today or in Saturday, then we will know that how the Thanksgiving retailing is doing, right? So we'll know that is there is the high inflation will make the people less want to go out and then shop things, or they just buy the things that they are necessary for their daily uses, something like that, right? Maybe for their apparel, and then for the PC, and then for a lot of things, then or even for the toys, something like that. Then we'll see the result very soon, maybe on tomorrow, Saturday, or but we have to wait for the result also on Cyber Monday, right? Cyber Monday is for electronic products, right? So actually today, then I'm very sorry that we've been introducing dating apps company, right? At that time, the performance is not bad. I'm talking about Match and then same for Bumble. And now that if even today their performance is bad, then that is not related to COVID-19, right? Because they don't have the business in China. And now in the whole world, there is only China. Because Hong Kong, then you can use the dating app, and then the COVID-19 policy is not so strict already in Hong Kong, right? Only China, but you know that Match or Bumble is not working in China. So COVID-19 is not affecting their business anymore. But the performance is really bad. Not only for this quarter, for past 2 quarters, or even for 2021, the performance is declining already. So it's very disappointing for the bad result continues. Then I suggest you, I know that then it hurts, right? I know that if you dump this stock out, it hurts, but I do not see there will be a big turning point in the coming 1 year, honestly speaking, right? So quite sorry for that, right? So we will analyze the third quarter result of 2022 just issued early November. The result is the third quarter of 2022 is from July, August, and then September. Right? Okay, then we'll come to that in a minute. Our Falcon portfolio been raised back to 47%, and then we hope that tonight, then the figures are good. Then our portfolio been raised to 50% or even 55%, then ends this year, right? Okay, then if anyone have any company you want me to analyze or comment, then you can leave your message under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. So this is our cover, and Match.com. Sorry that the keyboard cannot type this apostrophe out, so I used the .com. Actually, it should be .com. Match.com's very disappointing result continues. All right. This is all because yesterday no market, right? So Dow Jones keep as Wednesday closing, rise at 95 points. The same, and Nasdaq rise at 110 points, right, during the Wednesday closing. And this is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio. Then actually the loss been ratifying. You see that the 2 years before in year 2020, that means our portfolio been established. That year is our golden year, 55%. And then last year we dropped 7%. And then this year at most we dropped more than 40%. And then now is 23%. Then our portfolio been 47%, then I hope our portfolio can increase it to 50 or 55% then end this year. We'll see. And this is the US 10-year Treasury yield, right? Then you can see that compared to 1 week before, it dropped at 0.1%, so the stock market performs better. And let us share some headlines first, right? So you can see that the US shoppers alone in boosting Black Friday, that means today, right? Spend as cost of living crisis hits Europe. Then this is what I'm worrying on this Thanksgiving and then Black Friday and then Cyber Monday. We'll see that and hope that this will not as important as the media said. And then for China, that is not a very good news because the daily cases rise to a new high. It's more than 30,000 cases daily already in the whole China. So actually the lockdown is everywhere in China city already. There is some of the big cities been locked down for 5 days and some is a silent control, right? So no matter it's in the southern part of China, middle part of the northern part, that the whole China is in a different district or different city, then there is lockdown. So I think that it will last for 1 or 2 months more, right? Now it's not happened that one area, then this area turns better and then to another area. No, it seems simultaneously bursts out in different cities all over China. This time is serious, right? So actually, then I think that this will continue for 1 or 2 months more at least, right? So that's what it is. And John Deere, then actually John Deere has a very good result, and then it hits the 52-week high, right? So what happened is because then food shortage is quite serious for Ukraine. So a lot of people then they have to buy the tools. Then that's not the tools, right? This is agriculture trucks helping you to plant the foods and do the agriculture. And then John Deere has been hitting the new high, right? So actually we will analyze this stock in our Hong Kong program. So pay attention to that, or join our Hong Kong program if then you are willing to. Okay, then we start our studying on Match.com. So we can see that for the past 5 years, right, actually Match Group, actually her peak is about 1 year before this time. You can see that it's the peak, 150 something, and then it keep on declining. I'm not saying that it hits the bottom, right? And then you can see that there is a sky high PE of 135 now. So what happened to her partner, Bumble? Nearly the same, right? Nearly the same, you can see that. And then the new high for Bumble is even worse. The day that it go to public is the highest stock price. You can see that around 80, and then it drops to 22, right? And then you can see that the PE ratio even more shocking, 194, close to 200. So there's a long way to go for Bumble, and then also a long way to go for Match.com. I'm not going to repeat the business of Match.com in detail because we introduced it or we discussed it quite a few times before. Then we can see that for third quarter, that means this year, July, August, September, compared it with 1 year before. 1 year before seems okay, right? The stock price. You can see that there seems no improvement. like Match.com stands still. Nothing improved it. You can see that for the revenue, they did the same. And operating income also needed the same. 221 compared to now 210, 211, they did the same. And even for adjusted, they did the same. 285 compared to 284. All right. And then for the number of payers, a little bit better, right? But not much. And then for the rate of the average payers payment, right? You can see that they did the same. 1 year before, 1606, and then now 1602. No increment. And for Tinder, the most valuable one, the queen card of Match.com, then for her still okay, right? You can see that for America and Europe, the revenue, direct revenue, not the whole Match.com group, increased by 6%. If we count on the currency adjustment, increased by 13%. And then APAC and the others 8%, and corrected the foreign exchange is 27%. But the point is we cannot just buy Tinder. We need to buy the whole Match.com group, and then that is not good. Another app inside Match.com is Hinge, right? Seems okay, right? The revenue per payer a little bit better than 1 year before. But for the whole Match.com group, then this is disaster. We can see that the total revenue compared to 1 year before, right, only increased by 1%. That means nothing, right? And then we can see that the total number of payers increased by 2%, and the revenue per payer is most important. Number of payers not increased, and the revenue per payer 0, not increasing. America is increasing, but for APAC is decreasing. Europe no increase. Right? That means number of payers not increasing, and then the revenue per payer is not increasing. Right? That means the income is not increasing. Right? So we can see that the adjusted operating income just dropped by 0.5%, not increasing, not decreasing. And then for the operating cost, not the same story, right? It increased at 3%, and the operating cost and expense is 72% of the revenue, all right? They need the same. You can see that the revenue, operating cost and expenses, they need the same, right? So the thing is like that. The revenue is not increasing, but the operating cost and expense is not decreasing, right? So that is the main problem for Match. But the point is why she cannot expand her market. Right? We can see that the total current asset, all are cash. Cash and equivalent is cash. Short-term investment, you can count it as a cash. Account receivable, of course, is a cash. Other current asset, then I don't know what it is, but then we can calculate it as a cash, right? Then we assume that she is honest. You can see that the cash and cash equivalent decreased a lot, right? 0.39 billion US dollar compared to 1 year before, 0.8 billion US dollar. Right? That means nearly half is gone. It spent the cash is on hand. So forget about the property, goodwill, intangible asset. Normally I don't count that, right? And then for the liability, not a lot of total current liability, not a lot of changes, right? So you can see that the accrued expense and other current liability decreased a lot, right? But the main point is for the long-term debt, not changed a lot. So actually what she is spending, what Match.com is spending is the cash she is on hand, and then it decreased half already. So if 1 year, another 1 year, then the cash on hand may become a 0. Right? You can see that the decrease, the dropping is half. Right? unless she is doing the layoff and she is cutting the office, she is cutting everything. But if she is cutting everything, then the revenue will become even smaller. So I have calculated this for you, right? Then the net for the 9 months since September, end of September, that means from January this year to end of September this year, what is the net cash provided? They work so hard for the past 9 months, right? Everyone is very busy, work so hard. What is the net cash provided is $33 million per month. What a pretty small, all right? And then what is the cost and expense? $2 billion per month. This net cash deducted the cost and expense already. But you can see that the figure have quite a big difference. The cost and expense is $2 billion per month. And then after everything being calculated, the cash generated is only $33 million per month. So why this company exists? No point, right? You see that there's a big difference on that. So if this situation goes on, her cash on hand will soon be drained, and then she need to do the layoff. She need to cut some office, and then maybe she need to raise the debt, or she need to issue more shares, something like that. She's not going to bankrupt very soon because she still has the cash, right? And she's not been raised the number of shares yet, or raised the debt. But the point is, she has a very negative image for the investor. I'm just telling the truth, right? Unless she can find her way. I'm thinking that actually Bumble should not exist, because if Bumble exists, that means take some of the customer from Match. You know that Facebook is declining, Twitter is also declining, right? Something like that. That means the market has too many players. The market has too many players, but that is nearly saturated already, right? A lot of knowing new friends is free of charge, like WeChat, like a lot of like the Microsoft, something like that. Then you can use free of charge apps then to know friends, right? You may not be needed to pay for that, right? And we know that actually for Bumble or for Match.com, it's only an app. She has to run the server, right? She has to manage for the app. A lot of money then she has to pay, but she's been reaching the whole world for a long time already. So the customers are there, but too many players. I think that's what it is. And I do not think that for Match.com or Bumble, their business will improve in the short time, though. It's not because of COVID-19, not because of China, not related to them. It's the business problem. So I know it hurts, but if you holding that stock, I think you should dump it out. Unless then it only takes a very few portion of your portfolio, then, but I still think that you should dump it out, right? It's very bad, right? Then you should save your money and then put into other stocks, then it's better for you, right? Okay, so we comment up till here, and then if you like this video, please give us a like. Any comment is welcome, and then please help to click the subscribe and then press the bell icon next to it. So whenever there is new video uploaded, then you will get the notice from YouTube, right? Okay, then today is Black Friday. I hope everyone can get and then shop at a very crazy prices for what you want and what you like. Okay, then have a very peaceful weekend and Black Friday. See you next week. Bye. Bye bye.